Hi, thanks for checking out our channel. If this is the first time you've ever seen one of our videos, we appreciate you finding us. If you want to find out more about what we do, go to our website, fencerfixer.com. Fencer and Fixer is both spelled with an F as in Frank. And there are links in the description down below to where you can get to our websites. But we do work on electric fence boxes of all kinds and ages and styles, whether 50, 60 years old or new. We also work on the cattle scales and low bars, mostly Gallagher and True Test, but there are Central City scales, Rice Lake, Cardinal scales, those brands, Digistar, Waytronics, that kind of thing. But anyways, let's get into this unit, tell a little bit about it. This is going to be a how-to repair video on this particular brand and model. This is a Maxim M5-50. It does up to 50 miles of fence. That's a probably single clean fence, single wire clean fence type of thing. Has a single light on here that flashes every pulse. Plug it in and see what it does. It's kind of curious. Well, I can hear it kind of humming, but it's not clicking or flashing. So we're going to take it apart and see what's going on. There's 4 screws on there, one each corner, and they are a weird looking screw. What the hell are they? They are a hexagonal, like an Allen head shaped hole to them. They have a little freaking divot there in the center there. So we got it. It's like a tamper-proof Torx, not tamper-proof Torx, but like a tamper-proof hexagon. I don't know what the hell they call it, but let me see which bit it is on this one. I think it might be this one. Oh, I guess right the first try. Alright, so we're going to take the screws loose. Flip it back over, pull the front cover off. Nothing inside there. Has a funny smell to it. Some cobwebs inside here. Alright, well, this is the inside of it. This is a size capacitors this thing got in. This big old white thing here's a capacitor. It's a 40 microfarad capacitor, 40 UF. There's his main power board, and there's his transformer. So the first thing we want to do is check this capacitor, unplug one of the wires from it. That way there's no interference from the board. And to test the capacitor, you got to find a meter that can actually test capacitors. Not every multimeter out there can test them. The symbol for a capacitor is this yellow symbol right there. That's the only symbol for a capacitor, so it's not ohms, not diode, it's not anything like that. So you go down here on this particular meter and hit the little button to go to the NF, which is nanofarad, but this is a microfarad, so it's going to auto adjust the N to a U. So we're on capacitor. We're going to test across here. There's no polarity to it, so let's go across it and it should read 40. I'm reading 33.9, so that's good enough to make it run if the board was having a problem. So most likely the board is the issue. So we're going to plug this wire back on. We can replace the capacitor, but it's close enough to make it run. So it's not that far gone. So, but that's the board right there. So I imagine what's probably gone wrong with it. And I'm going to test this real quick. I'm going to test this big old diode up there at the top corner. And we're going to go black to the stripe side, red to the non-stripe side. Should just beep once. That reads open, so that's probably the culprit. So what we'll do, just to see, is we can replace this diode with a new one, or we can replace the whole board. We'll try to replace just that diode to start with and see what happens. These are soldered on the top side and the bottom side of the board. So what I like to do to those, because they're a pain in the neck to get all that solder off, is we're going to grab this board with these. I just don't know if there's a charge in this board or not, but we're going to unplug these wires from it. So lay the board flat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip this out of here and leaving the leads on here. I'm going to cut it here. I'll show you. I need a smaller pair of cutters here so I can get in there a little closer. Cut them flush to the diode, which will leave the leads still soldered to the board. And then we'll take this, we'll cut these a little shorter. We'll add solder to each of these leads, add solder to each of those, and we'll blend them together. And these diodes have to go on a certain way. They're not a non-polarity thing. There is a polarity to them. So I'll get the solder here. Where's the end of the solder? Dang, where the hell is it? There we go. All right, I'm gonna turn the light on overhead so I can see a little bit better. All right, add a little solder to the tip of the solder iron. We're gonna go over here, add a little solder to that. Add a little solder to that. And then I'm gonna grab my damn it, oh here it is. I have this little third hand deal here. It's like, I don't care about the magnifying glass, I don't use it that much, but this little third hand deal here, you can use to hold things for you. So you can get them on Amazon for like $10 or something like this. Type in third hand helper, something like that, and you can find them with the magnifying glass and without. But I got it with a magnifying glass like 5 years ago, thinking, oh, I can use it, and I never used a magnifying glass. So I could have saved myself a couple bucks and just got the regular one. So add a little solder to this, that lead there. Add a little solder to this lead. Whoops. That lead there. Get my pliers because I want to burn myself because that solder iron is sitting at 800 degrees. All right. It's still a little warm. So I'll bend this around so it stays. God dang, I wish I was ambidextrous sometimes. All right, we're going to melt the solder again, bring it down to the tip there, into the tip there. Heat those two up together. Let it harden up. And then we'll straighten that out of the way, straighten it out. And then we'll heat these two up here. All right, those look good. I don't know if it's going to fix it or not. If it does, it's a hell of a cheap fix. All right, so now we need to get these wires plugged on. Everything's, labeled. Like this is black, cap, and red. So black wire from the transformer goes right here. Red, oops, this capacitor wire out of the way. Red goes over here. Actually, we'll just put the capacitor wires on because I'm just do it in order. It makes it easier with all the wires everywhere. So we'll put the capacitor wire back on here. This is one. This is the other. And then we'll put the red transformer wire on there. All right, so I'm going to set this board back down into this little trough here that sets in. See what happens. So what it should do, should make this little humming, buzzing sound, and it should click, and the light should flash. So I'm going to turn the light off so we can see the light a little bit better. But if this doesn't work, then we'll probably have to go change out the whole board, because not much more I can change out on that board there. Because I can't, they won't tell you what some of the parts and pieces are. All right, here we go. Well, light's flashing. We're not clicking. It's better, but let's just, for the hell of it, we'll go grab a new capacitor for this. See if it makes a difference with it. It's a 50 microfarad capacitor. But electrically, let me see what it reads. Make sure it's reading good. It may be a bad one. I don't know. It should be good. It was in my stock, so it should be good. So read it across this capacitor here. Should be 50. 49.2. So this is good. So we'll put this on here. Probably not going to make any difference, but you know, if it does, then maybe it needs to be a certain level on the capacitor to make it run. I thought 33 is pretty darn close. Here it goes. Nope. Flashing, but not clicking. So, probably going to be the main board. Well, let's, one more check we can do is on this transformer. I don't go bad that often, but we'll try it anyways. We'll do an ohms check across the primary side of the transformer on any load impedance, well, any even solid state. The primary side of a transformer should always read 0 to 1 ohm and reading 0.2. So primary side is good. I don't know about the output section yet because you haven't got it clicking yet, but let's go find another board for this. I gotta figure out which board it takes. All right, there's the board number. Give me just a second, I'm gonna go grab another board. There's the new board. There are some differences between this board and the old board, which we'll show you here in a second when we get these wires unplugged. The only reason I'm grabbing it with another pair of pliers just to hold, because I don't know if there's a charge built up in this board anywhere. So I don't want to take a chance of getting zapped by it if I can help it. Now what we'll do is we'll unplug these and got a little need a little screwdriver. What the hell is it? Set that up. Oh, here, I will show you. So here's new board side by side. New board's right here, old board's here. They almost are identical. The biggest difference I can see, I'm sure some of these other components and chips and things are different, but see this diode where we soldered one out? This one's got an MOV across it, which is a protection piece for lightning, right across that blue thing there. This one does not have it. So that's the biggest difference. I'm sure there's other variances and things, but overall the thing looks identical. And the good thing is we can steal these fuses. The fuses are still good. A lot of brands use as a 1 amp 250 volt fuse, and we'll just save them for the next round of something comes in for repair. So now we're going to plug the wires back on. Got black, and you've got capacitor here. Capacitor here, and red here. So we're going to put this board back into this little, hold on, we gotta put the power cord wires back on. God dang. Tighten her up. And this one goes that little hole here. Twist up because it kind of fattened up on the wire, so it's spreading out a little bit. Put that back in there. So it's nice and snug. All right, put this board back in this little holder here. Little slot that it goes in. Come on, stupid thing, get in there. And these wires kind of like this, so that way they kind of zigzag around where they need to go. And we do sell parts for things, so if you ever want to do the repair yourself and this video helps you out on repairing something, and you got one similar to this or whatever, you know, we do sell parts. So if you never need a part for something, we carry most parts for most brands, but we don't have every part for every brand, is why I like to tell people. All right, now this should probably go to working. I'm going to bend this up. We'll have to readjust this little bulb here to get centered on that case. We're going to turn it on. Now it's clicking like it's supposed to. All right, we'll take this knob off here. Turn it back on. Should probably be 6,000 to 7,000, maybe higher, coming out of it. This side, the green's ground. This reddish orange colored wire, it's supposed to be red. I guess it's orange just from age of fading and heating up and everything. But ground's over here, which is this wire on ours, tester, and then the hot side is up here. .2. Just for the hell of it, see what kind of spark this thing will throw. Nice hot shock. So now we just put it back together. I'm going to put this over this. See if we make sure, see where the light's at. And see, it's not quite centered in there, so we're going to turn it off. Try it again. Better. I'll move it up a little bit. There we go. That thing's pretty faded. I don't know if I can get that to shine. See, it's supposed to be nice and red like this, but you can see it's all faded on the outside. So it's just been beat up by the sun. It's cosmetic. Well, that's it for this little video. You know, like I said, if you know somebody that's got a fence charger that needs to be fixed, that's what we do. We work on all these different fence boxes for people. We get them shipped to us from all over the United States. We help people up in Canada sometimes with parts because they're kind of far and few between up there for people that actually work on them. So we do help them out. I don't do many repairs for people from up there occasionally, but most of them come in, or most of the ones up there get our parts that we send up there to people. So, and that's it for that one. That one's all ready to go. So hopefully you like this video. If this is something that you're interested in and you like this kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button. I mean, we put out videos, if not weekly, every other week at least. I don't make videos on everything that we work on, but we make a lot of videos for some things. But well, in the meantime, well, until we do another video of how to work on something, how one works, the features, or review of something, we will see you guys later on. And remember to subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we appreciate it.